Shalom Aleichem everybody, hope all is well. So, I want to speak about a beautiful concept that is sparking the redemption, and it has to do with what this is right now, a digital message. And it's related to the redemption because now we have the ability to make Hashem's message go viral. And, it's far easier to get a message across nowadays than it was even 20, 30 years ago. Back then there was, news, television. So even then there was already this development of technology. But if you even go back another 100, 200 years before that, there was nothing. You had letters. About 200 years ago there was no phones, no radio, nothing. You can send a letter. That's what you can do. So obviously now with then the radio, telephone, and now even more television, like recording cameras, and then now even further with the internet and technology at our fingertips, literally, there's an ability now to send Hashem's message at incredibly faster rates than ever before. And now I think we're at the point where things are starting to expand. This redemption is underway. We're in the process of the coming of Mashiach, the Messiah, of being redeemed by God. And technology is facilitating it and accelerating it. Facilitating, I said by mistake, a combination, facilitating and accelerating. Because now, with the help of God, I posted a video a couple days ago that got over 10,000 or 13,000, over 13,000 views, so on and so forth. And all of the videos on the Torah channel are doing, with the help of God, pretty good. Obviously we hope to improve. We're not satisfied here at the Torah channel, but we can acknowledge the blessings from God that we're able to reach a lot of people. So think about it. I posted a video a couple days ago that got over 13,000 views and counting. And how hard would it have been? Would it have even been physically possible for me to get this message across to 13,000 people without technology? Just, speaking to people, gathering people together to speak to them, it would be, I don't even know if it would be physically possible, or very close to physically impossible. But now, just with a few clicks of a button and, speaking to the camera, and not just me, who am I? All of us could get messages across like never before. And this works both for the good, of course, but also can be used for the bad, God forbid. You see, when there's hatred spread, when there's hatred towards the Jewish people, towards God, it can spread also at very fast rates. So we have to be very careful to make sure we're using these tools from God for holy purposes. Now, the point I wanted to say that's interesting is that we're at the point where a lot more people are getting closer to Judaism, Jewish people, and non-Jewish people to the 7 laws of Noah, the Noahide laws, becoming righteous Gentiles, because as you know, Judaism does not try to push people to convert. Rather, it says, if you're Jewish, you have a specific mission from God, and if you're not Jewish, you also have a specific mission from God to be a righteous Gentile and to follow the 7 laws of Noah and all their sub-laws, and to, be a good person in that, and believe and have a relationship with God. Of course, there are people who choose to nonetheless convert to Judaism and take upon themselves the 613 commandments, and we accept converts, of course, in Judaism. We don't try to convince people to convert, but if a person truly desires it, then of course we welcome them, and they are one of us, and not just one of us. The Torah emphasizes that you actually have to treat a convert even better than a regular Jew. You have to, 39 times in the Torah it says to love the convert. So with all that being said, a lot of people are getting closer to God and to His message. But obviously there's more work to be done. And what I wanted to emphasize here is that it's starting to spread, and at a certain point it will spread incredibly greatly. It'll spread like never before. What I mean by that is, when you're lighting a bonfire, so what you do usually is you have the wood, you put the wood down, and you put, or little sticks as well to catch. And you put something that catches quite easily. You put, some people put newspaper or tissue and whatnot around it. And what they'll do is they'll light a few locations of the fire, right? They'll light a little on this side, a little on that side, a little bit in the middle, a little bit on that side. And then you'll see, slowly it looks like very, very, not so much fire. And this little fire over here, this little flame on this side of the campfire is expanding, and this one's expanding, and then all of a sudden it just boom engulfs in flames, and they all combine to form a massive flame, and then the wood actually the thick pieces of wood start to burn and fuel the fire. I believe we're at the point where, obviously this is just an analogy, but we are at the point where these fires are lit and they are starting to expand, and they are about to expand at a great rate and combine, meaning the awareness of God is about to spread like never before, and it's happening and it's inevitable, but we can accelerate it through technology in a holy way, through spreading God's message, Hashem's message in a holy way, and of course by you doing your best in your own Jewish life, your unrighteous Gentile life, being the best person you can be, and to share with others your awareness with God. It says about Abraham, Avram Avinu, that what was so great about Abraham, it says he called out to God. He called out, he found God. He discovered that there's a God, that Hashem is God. He discovered that there's a master of the world. But it doesn't just say he called out to God. He actually caused others to call out to God. And that is what made him so special. Obviously, it's incredibly special for a child to discover God. But it's even more impressive and special if that very same person then goes on to get others to discover God and have a relationship with God. So us, the Jewish people, being descendants of Abraham, and the righteous Gentiles being serving the God of Abraham, we all have the power within us to publicize God to the world. And now we have help from God with technology. So I think this message is important, because to really understand that we are in the generation of the Messiah. That the Messiah will come in this generation. And it's happening also in a physical way. It's not just a spiritual awakening. It's also physical development, which facilitates and enables this spiritual expansion. So I think this message is fitting to get us excited and to get us ready. And what motivated me is my previous video seemed to do very well, and inspired me to spread this message, to really emphasize the power that Hashem is giving us with the tools that He's placed in front of us. So if you want to watch this video again to understand it even better, you go ahead. And please like, comment, share, subscribe. And please post a good deed you'll do below. And post, if you can as well, a good deed that you will try to get someone else to do as well. So may Hashem bless you all, and please help support us below. May we experience the redemption immediately.